Hi friends. Good morning. Today I'm going to connect the spirit of mind, body, and soul with design. So all of us know that how body, the well-being of the body, the well-being of the soul, and the well-being of the mind, all a good balance creates a wonderful life for ourselves. I want to connect that to the businesses and the products that we design. Imagine that your body has some challenge. Imagine you have a blood pressure or you have a diabetes, and then you get an expert and you exercise and you try to get in action. Imagine mindfulness is lacking. You say, hey, I don't have a sense of purpose. Can I do something about it? So you kind of meditate. And then there is a soul to your body and mind. And the soul needs to resonate with other people, and other people should feel comfortable. You should feel comfortable with people. So the resonance is important. And so you say, okay, how can I bring in a well-being and a balance in myself in dealing with the world outside? Lot of similarities you can draw with your businesses. So hi, I'm Prasadd Bartakke. I'm a co-founder and chief of design at YUJ Designs. And let me take you through this journey of how do you bring that well-being into the life called my product, my business that I'm running. So let me now connect the small story that I told you about body, mind, and soul to the businesses that all of us run. We have a primary service and a product that we offer in the market. And the mind is the purpose of the product that you're offering, and the soul of your product and the offering. How is it resonating with the people outside? So you're building a body, which is your product. You orchestrate, you build in features and functions, and then you say, hey, here is a purpose of this body, and that's your mind. And then the soul, you say, hey, this is a amazing product and it is going to resonate with your audiences, and this is how emotionally it should connect with the users. So these are the three pieces. And to draw the parallels, when our body is not working well and where we are not mindful, and when we are not feeling satisfied with our soul, we meditate, we go to the doctor, we exercise, and it's a long drawn process. uh, and it's not something that you go overnight. You still go to a doctor, quickly get a shot in case you have a viral. But if there are chronic problems that you see, or you want to avoid, what do? You prepare yourself, you plan yourself, you design something around the well-being of your life. And so it's true for the businesses and the products and the services that you're running. You don't want to have a quick fix. You want to really go for the long haul, make a good statement in the market, be very purposeful, resourceful, and let the product soul talk to the end users. So, what do you do for this? Do you want to react uh, uh, based on what's happening or what someone else is telling you? Someone gives you an advice, hey, you should uh, run every day for 2 hours, and you start running for your health. And then someone for your product says, hey, you add this feature, this is the most important feature in the market, put that into your product. And you say, oh, let me call my product manager and ask them to quickly build this tool and a feature and a function, and hopefully the product will sell and reap me rich dividends in the market. And what happens? You scramble, you put in a lot of time, efforts, and you wait in anticipation, nothing much happens. But what you have added is the trouble of maintaining these features and functions and still not sure whether it is in alignment with the purpose that you want to do and give value to the end users. And you really see that the end users are still not resonating the way you feel is appropriate. How do you go about again making a well planned design so that your business is for the long haul, is for the future, is having a wonderful mind and a soul that resonates with the end users. So I'm going to take you through the journey of what are the 4 pieces at a very high level that will give you the base to make a healthy living of your product, where the well-being is awesome, it is soulful and resourceful, and the purpose is extremely clear. So today in the competitive world, we all are booming with a lot of ideas. The product managers who are shaping your products, the engineers, maybe the graphic designers in your office, you yourself would be beaming with ideas, a lot of creative thoughts, and wanting to innovate so that you will always be on the forefront of your business and the competition. But take a moment to think, does this randomness really helps? Look at the past and see whether this really helped. It may would have helped in terms of a small feature and a function here and there, where you have small aha moments. But what does it take to rest and make a long-term impact in the market, where the market feels, wow, this product really is meaningful and it is adding a genuine value to their businesses or to their users. So what does then it means to innovate, ideate, create? If not for randomness, then how do I get that creative aha moment? There is a process to that, and there are 4 steps. Number one, and what I'm advising is nothing new. What I'm advising is that, hey, sit down, plan, design things around these steps so that it's much more meaningful. It creates a base and a foundation that is for the long haul. So number one, uh, find your focus. When we have challenges from businesses and the competitions, usually people give you advices when you need help. Random thoughts come in. Let's do this thing or let's do that thing. So find your focus. Spend some time. There is a process where we say discovery, design discovery, where experts like us who are into experience design partner with you to really understand what's the focus. We have a workshop where you, as a CEO of the company or a CMO or a CIO, who are really wanting to kind of make a mark on the product, we all get together in the room and say, hey, what's our focus? It could be a small idea, a short-term idea, maybe something that is a part two of a product. It could be a larger, but hey, what we say is, hey, let's sit down, let's not bring in this randomness and have this anxiety and quickly build something and screw up our development time and wait, imagining that the god will make some magic wand and things will fall in place and will reap dividends. So that's number one, finding the focus. Number two, realizing the truth. So let's say we all got together in step one and we brainstormed things and everyone got their ideas of as an expert, I would take those ideas, inputs, challenges, problems that you would state, and take it into step two, where I say, okay, this is good that I heard from you, but this product is designed for the end users. So let me find the truth as to what the end users really want. So now it's time for us to say, okay, we have given our peace of mind. Now let's see what the users are expecting from us. The second step which I'm saying is the realizing this truth is to kind of validate what we feel our end users, our market is really wanting from the offerings and the businesses that we are running. Uh, how do you find this truth? This is the research phase. And in our country, especially when we use the word research, people have a lot of doubts and confusion about it. They feel, hey, we are running this business for so long, we are running this product and the services for so long, so why do we need additional research? We have been doing this for ages, we know everything. Well, had we known everything, then you should have, or the product should have excelled and should have been number one, but that doesn't happen, right? So you have to have a third eye perspective. Someone from outside needs to tell you a story or bring in a different perspective. While you are within things, you all know, right? We don't know where we are and how to solve the problem. So you need a third eye perspective. And so research is very important, and that's why finding the truth is what I call step number two. There are different ways of doing the research, and it doesn't really take time if you put your mind to it. Few weeks, and with these few weeks, if you can get a third eye perspective, something that is the truth, you will know whether your hypothesis was right, what you established in step one, and validate that after you hear it from the end users. There are different user techniques. There are qualitative methods of understanding this data. There is quantitative studies, like typically like the surveys that you run, analyzing the competition. Don't need to necessarily get competitive insights from your direct competition. Indirect competition could also give you meaningful insights. So this is the research phase where you are saying, hey, let me calm down, let me relax, and really see what's going out there, so that I can build my pace to bring in a design differentiator into the market. Yeah. So step one, we are saying, let's find the focus. So you're clearly defining your problem statement and what is that you want to do. Then you say, okay, let me now find the truth. Go out, do the research, uh, competition research, desk research, uh, uh, user research of qualitative and quantitative, all of these researches, so that now your build is two perspectives, what I want and what the users want. And that's where now the design starts. So few weeks, give it some time. And then the third step comes in, where experts like us would synthesize of what we have got. You guys don't have time to synthesize, right? You have your focuses to run the businesses and your product lines and whatnot, and address your customer needs. So we would do that job of synthesizing of the research insights, analyzing the research insights, and then synthesizing them to gain insights, and say, hey, this is what the businesses felt, this is what the end users are saying. Let's get and look at these two things very clearly and bring out the essence that will become the foundation of the design and the concept that you want to build. Whether it is a small function or a feature, whether it is a large product, this process would help you. What it does is it brings in your sense of well-being, and you will not feel the anxiety of hit and miss. You do some features and functions quickly and see whether it is going to help. So this process, I'm reiterating this fact that it's a very spirited process of understanding what is good for your product's well-being for the long haul. Yeah. So we did finding the focus, then we did uh, understand or realize the truth, and then the third thing what I'm saying is, and synthesize, analyze these insights, and basically take action. So this is the time when you now take action. So you spend some few weeks for the initial two phases, and then this phase where you say, now let's take an action because I now know the truth. uh, in this phase, when I say take an action, is essentially building concepts, and these concepts could be several, to help uh, address what would really resonate with the users. So going back to my story of how the well-being, the soul of the product, really needs to resonate with the end users. These concepts that I'm talking about is all about, hey, which of these concepts, which of these ideas, designs, screens, if you're designing a mobile app and whatnot, how would it resonate with the end users? Because if until and unless the users have a aha moment, and they feel connected with the resonance of your product, it's not going to go anywhere. So this phase, take action, is all about coming up with concepts, ideas, innovation, uh, which will have a lot of alternatives, and we will demonstrate these alternatives, its values, in this particular phase. And we all collectively take an action saying that, hey, which one of this we should really go ahead. Sometimes we have done two designs at a time and launched it with different users, and seen which one really goes well. So that's take action. Well, we have taken an action, but we need to be watchful of the directions that we are taking, right? As in, uh, all said and done, the users have said things, and the businesses have said things, and designers have taken an action. But you have to be extremely watchful of our steps that we have taken. And so this phase is observe your the direction that you have taken. The means of doing that is basically test your designs. You need to test your design so that users say, yes, this seems good. You don't need to go to thousands of people. You can just take the design and show it to your end users, and then say that, hey, does this design resonate with you? There are techniques, and I'm sure you guys know, is the some techniques like the A/B testing. There are two homepage designs, and A design and a B design is presented and is live on the website. And you say, hey, okay, this design, we will show it to certain participants, or users who are, let's say, housewives, and the other design we will show it to working women, and let's see which design really resonates. So there would be different hypotheses for which designs would be tested, and then you know which one is really resonating with the right kind of a audience, and accordingly you will keep testing and iterating it. So there are at least 50 different techniques with which you can test. It all depends on what your business goal was, which was finding the focus. It all depends on what you got as realizing the truth as to what users are saying. You took an action, you came up with design alternatives, and so accordingly we will also test the designs with different techniques. So that's what watch the direction really means, which is the fourth step. So we are testing, we are observing, we are building new directions and hypotheses. This is the beauty of this, the last piece, finding the direction or watching the direction. Because with changing markets, with changing user needs, with changing competition, it's not that you're going to do a design, launch it, and say, oh, I'm done and I'm anchoring my business very well. Times change. In olden days, probably took years for things to change around us. But today it's not the case. Within minutes, probably certain things may go wrong, and you have to be watchful. So this whole design planning is something that you have to be continuously on top of, and do it as a long haul journey. Design is not something that is quick fix. It could be quick fix in some cases where you are you've fallen sick and you go to the doctor and take a shot in the arm. But if you want to really make sure you don't get blood pressure and diabetes, what do? You run, you jog, you keep yourself fit. Likewise, to get your product, which is your body, the mind, which is the purpose of your product, and the soul, how well the product resonates with your end users, to have a well-being of this product. What do? You need to plan, you need to design, and go for the long haul, and keep watchful of all these initiatives that you've taken for the well-being of your product, and make it a ongoing journey. What you're saying, essentially, you're saying, hey, it's my culture now. So my advice is, change your culture. uh, don't be reactive, don't add features and functions, you're going to go fat, right? And so instead, you mindfully understand the purpose and the focus that you have, find out the truth, build design concept for the long haul, and I'm sure your businesses will excel. So these are the four things that I talk about. I'm going to reiterate the things: finding the focus, realizing the truth, take an action, and watch the direction that you're taking continuously, so that you're always on top of the game. In the subsequent videos, what I'm going to do is take each of these pieces one by one and tell you the detailed story of what do you need to do, or what we would do together in each of these phases to build a foundation for your businesses. Thank you so much. Please feel free to add your comments, and write to us, and build a lasting design impact. Would love to partner with you on this one. Thank you so much.